Okay, good evening and welcome. And this week we are looking at a recap for the month of June. And this month we've been talking about creative empowerment and all these different aspects of creative empowerment. We've been exploring open-mindedness with the RAIN method, holding space and silence and creative space and creative activities and healthy boundaries. Something we all could benefit from. So these topics have had a common quality of space, that open quality, that possibility is birthed from. And in our breathing practice this month, we've also focused on the space of the pause between the in-breath and the out-breath, and between the end of the out-breath and the next in-breath. And the pause creates space the way punctuation gives meaning to a sentence, or the way a rest gives beauty and meaning to a piece of music. Space in all its variations is a gracious gift for transformation. And that's really a lot of what we're talking about with this creative empowerment this month, this idea of space. So let's begin our practice this evening with a little meditation, breathing meditation. It's just becoming aware of the breath. So find whatever posture feels comfortable for you. And start to just let the eyes softly close if that feels good for you. Starting to tune into the breath. Just noticing how you are as you are in this moment. And how you're arriving in this moment with your experience, how your experience of breath is as you arrive in this moment. And allowing yourself to settle into that space of silence. And so sometimes when we first come to this space of breathing and closing the eyes and going inward, the noise of the day, however that shows up, might still be with us. And so it's like kind of drawing into our own space. Sometimes I think of it as like antennas that we, those retractable antennas like cell phones had years ago, or TVs used to have these retractable antennas for cars, that our antennas kind of go out into the space. And when we want to go inward, it's like you want to bring all of that in, like retract all those antennas back in so that you can be in your own inner space. That we don't have to have all those kind of feelers out into the world. So tuning into the breath and just starting to notice the length of the in-breath, the length of the out-breath. And those subtle pauses between the in-breath and out-breath. And you might start to incorporate a count associated with the in-breath and out-breath that matches up. So for example, if you're breathing into the count of 4 or 5, and then feel the pause, and then exhaling in a way that matches the in-breath, 4 or 5 count. And becoming increasingly aware of that pause. Where it might lengthen out. And so if it's helpful for you, I'll lead you through a couple rounds, but feel free to stay connected to your own rhythm of breathing. And if it's supportive, bringing a hand to the heart and breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. 2, 3. Exhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. 2, 3. In breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. 2, 3. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. 2, 3. And continue a few more times. Let's just do 3 more rounds at your own count, at your own rhythm. And just notice the effects of that space for silence and the space between the in-breath and out-breath. And then just bringing one hand again to the heart and one hand like a stop sign facing away from you. So we practice this with our boundary sequence. And this is just a way of recognizing the boundary between you and others, really honoring the sacred space of you. And allowing, again, that breath to be in a nice, easy rhythm. And so you can check it out with one hand, and then if it feels right, just switch. Bring the other hand to the heart. The hand that was on the heart can face away. And so as the hand is held up as a gesture of like a gentle boundary, a gentle but clear boundary. Maybe something comes to mind, a clear boundary that you're holding. And as you breathe in, receiving that breath and pausing in the fullness of that breath. Feel that breath, full breath in, being in that spaciousness and silence. And then breathing out, letting go. Feeling the emptiness of a vessel that's willing to receive. Again, no agenda, and then breathing in again. Feeling the strength of the container that is you. Breathing out, feeling the emptiness as you empty the breath. This vessel willing to receive, again, without any agenda. And last full breath in, feeling the fullness, holding that fullness. And then long, slow breath out, feeling the emptiness. And then just releasing the hands and allowing the breath to return to a natural rhythm. And with the eyes softly closed, letting the hands find wherever they feel comfortable, maybe palms together, fingertips together, just resting in your lap. And I'll share our affirmations for this evening. And As always, feel free to adopt one of these affirmations or change it up so it feels just right for you. In the flow of playfulness, creative solutions come to me. I am an empty vessel, waiting and ready to be filled with creativity. Or holding space for others opens me to new perspectives. So we'll do some movement here. As you're ready, opening the eyes, and we'll prepare to do some movement. So pulling the hair away from the ears, and then just start with one ear, the right ear. We'll do a little ear massage. And find the opening of the ear, and then just above that, there's a crease. And just let your finger kind of slide back and forth on this crease of the ear. Just kind of massaging or sliding the skin over the surface. Very relaxing and calming for the nervous system. And tuning into the breath as you do this. We're just doing one ear. And then start to slide up toward the top of the ear. And we'll start to unfold the outer folds of the ear with a little massage in each place. And just noticing. And you might go around a couple of times. Slow and mindful is key. Great. And then come back to the top of the ear and just kind of tug upward. Give it a little stretch. Good. And then to the middle of the ear and stretch back. And then to the lower, a stretch down and back. And then let's come back behind the ear to where the back of the ear meets the hairline, and just massage in this area. Just massaging here. Very calming for the nervous system. Massaging there. You might find little tight places. Feel free to hang out there a little longer. Good. And then pause to notice. Be in that spaciousness. That spaciousness is where the noticing, where we move into presence, awareness, mindfulness. So just in this moment, noticing the difference between the right side and the left side. The right ear, left ear, the whole side of the head. Might even creep into the face and the eyes, sensation. But just being aware of it, again, without any judgment of it being right or wrong or noticing or not noticing, but just. And then we'll come to the second side, find where the opening to the ear canal is, and just above that crease. And we're just going to slide the finger in that crease, kind of back and forth. And then you might see that there's a way to slide. It's like you could slide the skin over the cartilage. Just kind of sliding it. Yeah. And then sliding up toward the top of the ear, find the outer folds of the ear. And we'll massage here like you could unfold those outer folds. And just massaging there. So fingers on the back, thumb on the front. or fingers in the front, thumb on the back. It's like you could hold that between the fingers. Good. Seems simple enough, right? We don't think about this. This also helps awaken hearing and listening. As we've been holding space for others, we open our listening ears to allow, without an agenda, to receive a message. Good. So then we'll bring the hand to the top of the ear and kind of draw upwards. So it's like a little stretch for the ear, opening up. So that idea of spaciousness, openness, open that ear canal. We're drawing back from the middle, good, and then down. Good. And then anywhere else that feels like it wants a little more attention, you can revisit. And then bringing the fingers, 2 fingers behind the ear, massaging that space between the back of the ear, where the ear meets the head, and the hairline. Good. Then you might just go in like little circles, massaging. Great. And once again, pausing, releasing the hands, let the eyes softly close, taking your awareness to the sensations you're experiencing as a result, and breathing into that spaciousness. And notice maybe there is even a quality of openness in the ears, in the brain, in the body, as a result of just a simple movement. Awesome. So let's do some simple seated hip stretches. So we'll just start to circle just a little bit. So you're just going to, wherever you are, and you might want to come toward the front edge of your chair, or if you prefer to be cross-legged on the floor, but start to circle or churn. So you start to move in a circle, warming up the hips, creating some space in the hip joint. So space in our life shows up in so many different ways. We are being creative about how we can experience that spaciousness, right? And then after a few times around, you might circle in the opposite direction. Circling in the opposite direction, churning, circling. Good. One way and then the other way. Awesome. And then coming back to neutral. And then just pause and notice the effects of that on your body, where you feel sensations. When I feel a little movement, sometimes I get sort of I always think of it as like bubbly water, you know, like effervescence. There's a little energy there that wasn't there before, but maybe you notice it in a different way in your body. But just to know that there's things we can look for. So let's do, our next thing is going to be these energy globes. So we're just going to bring the hands together and start to do a little rubbing of the hands together, create a little friction between the hands. So you start to feel a little warmth. Not hard to do today, it's quite warm. But so you'll feel a little heat between the hands. You might rub faster or slower, up to you. But just to create that sense of energy between the hands, and then start to move the hands very slightly apart from each other. And you can maybe still feel some energy moving back and forth between your hands. You feel a tingling sensation between the hands. And in your mind, you can kind of tell the energy to move back and forth between the hands. In this space, in this spaciousness, And then start to play with that energy. You might see it as a ball or like silly putty that can be stretched out and come back together. So if it's helpful to close the eyes, to kind of imagine it, to support the feeling of sensation, feel free to close the eyes. If at any point you sort of lose that sense of connection to that energy, just rub the hands together again, kind of regenerate that, and then come back to that practice. And in your mind's eye, does anything come to mind? Is there a color or a shape that you can imagine here? Or is it just something clear, like a sense of energy here? Okay. And then imagine you can start to take that energy and make it into two balls of energy. Good. Can you separate them? Now they each have a little space, maybe lifting one up, still aware of sensations in that hand. And again, if you start to not feel that sensation, just rub the hands together again. And then lifting, letting that hand come down, lifting the other hand. Awesome. And if you start to feel like you lose that sensation, you can rub the hands together again. So let's whisper a wish into this space for ourselves. Just whisper a little wish to yourself into this ball of energy. And then we'll just lift that up and just bring that right into ourselves. Like you could just put that right into your crown. Maybe it's for some peace or some calm or ease. And like that energy ball of peace and calm and ease could just wash over you and move through you. Just gonna feel that space. And then pause to notice and feel, breathe. Great. All right. And then as you're ready, let's inhale the arms up and then take the arms wide. So you're going to reach the arms out wide. Good. And then just bring the right arm over the left arm and give yourself a little hug. So we can be creative here. It's all been about creative empowerment in this space. And sometimes we need to give ourselves a little space for appreciation. So even in this moment, just appreciating yourself with a little hug, maybe telling yourself something kind. And then we're going to take the fingertips up for the sky. Alternatively, you could bring the lower arm underneath and just slide it down the upper arm that's on top. Good. Drawing it across and maybe lifting that elbow or wrapping the arms. Fingertips come up. Maybe fingertips will cross as the elbows lift. And you'll get a nice little shoulder stretch. Sometimes I like to just let my head move a little side to side here too. Mindfully aware of sensations. We're creating space in our upper back. Sending some breath into the tight places, supports some more space there. And as that feels complete, just releasing the arms. Good. Pausing to notice. And then we'll take the arms out wide. Once again, bring that left arm over, right arm under, and give yourself a hug. Good. If you like to be a little rocking hug, feel free to give yourself a little warm embrace as you rock. But it's always nice to say just something affirming. Some affirming phrase. You're doing a good job. We're doing the best we can. Sometimes I talk to myself in the plural. Does anybody else do that? Do you do that? Like, we're doing the best we can. Good. And then taking the fingers up, or again, drawing that lower arm along the upper arm to draw it across. And then elbows lifting. Just noticing where you feel the sensation of the stretch. Letting the head move a little side to side. If that feels appropriate for you. Lifting and lowering even. And then as that feels complete, again, just releasing the arms. And pausing to notice. Tuning into the breath. Good. So this next piece you can do standing or seated. And we talked about boundaries last week. So with boundaries, it's often helpful to check in with ourselves. Like, the body is often sending more information. The body, the heart are sending more information to our brain than our brain sends to our body. So if we can learn to listen to the messages of our body, we can have a valuable resource for setting boundaries. So, and I recently did this for myself as well. It's part of my practice. It really supports me to make decisions this way. So you'll start to just bring, if it's helpful, you can bring a hand to the heart, a hand to the belly, or just let the arms be alongside you. It might be helpful to be standing, but you can also do this seated. Standing gives you a little bit more feedback. I'm going to stay seated because if I'm standing, I'm going to be back there, and then the sound isn't going to be as clear. So feel free to move to standing though. And just repeat to yourself the word yes, yes, and feel in your body, yes, like the affirmative, yes. And just repeating yes, you might think of a time when you had a really clear yes. And what yes feels like in your body. Recalling that experience if you want, or just using the word yes. And feeling yes in your body, where you feel yes in your body, how you feel yes in your body. You might feel something around the heart space, you might feel something around the belly. If you're standing, you might feel something in the calf muscles. Or you might tip a little bit toward the toes, like, yes, I'm going forward. And then let yourself just come back to neutral. And thank your body for sharing this wisdom with you. The experience of yes. And then in your mind, think the word no. You could say the word no if that's helpful. You can think of a time when you were very clear about no. No, not happening, not doing that. I'm clear about it. No. Where do you feel no in your body? No. No. Not happening. No. No, 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 no. You're very clear no. Where do you feel that in your body? And so you might feel something in your back body. You might feel more of a constriction somewhere and around the heart space, maybe around the belly, and it might be very subtle. You might also experience your body moving more toward your heels, like a moving back, like not going there, not going. So just notice how no shows up in your body, and appreciating your body for giving you that information. So if you think this is woo-woo, it might seem woo-woo, but it's very ancient. How we've survived in life is we move toward what is life affirming, and we move away from what is not life affirming. And the body feels that, knows that, and the body, so we think it's a very subtle form of our intuition, which is a very natural thing. Everybody has that. It's a sixth sense that isn't just for a few. But I'm sure you have times when you're just like, I'm going, yes, or I'm not going, no, or I'm doing this, and you just move forward or move away. So learning to trust those sensations in our body can be very helpful for creating clear boundaries when we feel like, oh, I'm getting an external message that I should do something, but everything in my body says no. Like my heart might sink into myself a little bit more, or I withdraw, or the shoulders start to come around to protect. So all really important things to learn to recognize in ourselves. Really useful tool. Alrighty, so we'll finish here with a little bit of Kundalini breathing. And we'll take the arms up in a big V, and we'll do a little breath of fire. So that's belly drawing in with a strong exhale while the arms are in the air. And we're going to curl the fingertips in, and then the thumbs are going to wrap around the fingertips. Arms go out at a 45-degree angle, nice and strong. And we'll just do this for a few rounds. So cleansing breath here. And breathing in, and then actively drawing navel towards spine, out breath. It's a passive in breath. Good, and then in breath, drawing the arms overhead. Good, and then just exhale, releasing the arms down. And pausing, again, to notice, to be in that spaciousness, and noticing the effects of that breathing practice and movement on your body. Good. And so we'll finish our time together today with a yoga nidra. So take this time to find whatever comforts you'd enjoy so that you can stretch out on the floor or lay out on a bed, someplace where you can be flat, and really take the time to set yourself up so you can relax. This is such a valuable gift of space that we can give ourselves. This is a way to be creatively empowered, is our theme of creative empowerment and space, and that creating that boundary for ourselves to have space for our own relaxation and well-being. So as you set yourself up well, begin to become aware of any sounds that you hear in this moment. Any sounds you hear without strain. And begin to focus on relaxing the body. And inviting a quality of ease. into the body. And without opening your eyes, visualizing the four walls of the room that you're in, and the ceiling and the floor, and your body lying on the surface that you're on. And visualize the position of your body, your clothes, your hair, your face. Become acutely aware of the existence of your physical body lying here. And then becoming aware of your breath, that spontaneous movement of the breath without any need to regulate it, but to just allow it to be. This natural, easy breath. And then setting an intention for this practice once again. And you might even say something silently to yourself like, I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I am awake. And we'll begin by moving our awareness through the body. So just tuning into sensory awareness, moving your awareness to the different parts of your body as soon as you hear them named. You might say the name of that part of your body to yourself and feel that part without moving it. Some people like to imagine that there's like a light turning on in each part of the body as we name it. So bringing your attention to your right hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger, palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, right wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip on the right side, thigh, right knee and right calf, ankle, heel, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and the pinky toe on the right foot. Now bringing your awareness to the left hand thumb, left index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger, the back of the left hand, the palm of the left hand, left wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, left hip, left thigh, left knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe on the left foot. Now taking the awareness to the back body. Right heel, left heel. Right calf, left calf. Back of the right thigh, back of the left thigh. Right buttock, left buttock. Lower back, middle back, upper back, the entire spine, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, back of the neck, back of the head, and the top of the head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right ear, left ear, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, middle of the eyebrows, right eye, left eye, right nostril, left nostril, right cheek, left cheek, upper lip, lower lip, both lips together, chin, jaw, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, upper abdomen, navel, lower abdomen, right groin, left groin, pelvic floor. Feel the whole right leg. Feel the whole left leg. Feel the whole right arm. Feel the whole left arm. The whole face. The whole head. The whole torso. The whole body. The whole body. The whole body. Now we'll experience opposite sensations. Imagine the whole body becoming light, as though your body could float gently toward the ceiling. The head is light and weightless. The limbs are light and weightless. The torso, light and weightless. The whole body, light, weightless. Imagine you are rising ever so gently, just above the surface you're on, ever so lightly, light and weightless. Now, imagine your body becoming very heavy. Feel the heaviness in all parts of your body, each part becoming heavier and heavier and heavier. The head is heavy, the limbs are heavy, the torso is heavy. The whole body feels heavy and dense, so heavy that it's sinking down into the surface that you're on. Now, awaken the experience of cold in the body. Cold, like on a chilly morning, outside with not enough winter clothing on. Feel that in your body. Cold, chilly, chilly, cold. Feeling this chill permeate your entire body. Now allow the sensation of warmth to spread throughout the entire body. Imagine the heat, the feeling of heat in the summer, as we did today. Out in the sun, no shade, feeling that heat radiating on your skin, heat all around your body. Feeling the quality of heat. Now we're going to shift again to recollect the experience of anxiety, intense anxiety and worry. Feel the stress in your mind and your body, but do not concentrate on its source. Create the experience, the physical experience of anxiety in your body as clearly as possible. We won't stay here. Just recall it. Now, allow the feeling of complete calm to envelop you. Calm. Manifest the experience of calm in your entire mind and body and emotions. You are relaxed and aware. You are completely calm. Now we're going to do I'm going to name a number of different things. Envision them on the level of emotion, memory, and imagination as best as you can. Jump from image to image as soon as you hear it. A red rose, a peacock feather, a doctor's office, arising after a good night's rest, a full moon, your reflection in a mirror, a foggy morning, dew on a blade of grass, a sailboat on the water, a bouquet of flowers, a frog sitting on a rock, cool, clear water, making an appointment, laughter with friends, a relaxing afternoon, a burning candle, taking a deep breath, a mountain path, a vibrant sunset, a bird's song, the sound of my voice, your body lying on the floor. Now it's time to remember, silently repeat your intention from the beginning. And then begin to bring your awareness back. Come back to the feeling of the breath flowing in and out of your nostrils. And as you maintain the awareness of the breath, at the same time, develop your awareness of your physical body in this space. Your body is relaxed. Feel the container of your skin and the clothes and the props that are touching you. And start by slowly moving your hands and feet. Take your time, there's no hurry. And when you're sure that you're fully awake, gently open your eyes, roll to one side, and stay there for a moment, eventually pressing yourself up from the floor. As we bring our awareness back. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete.